You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Road Rants for Black and White Sports, and let's talk about the ongoing saga involving ESPN's Domonique Foxworth, who went after Josh Allen yesterday, not because of Josh Allen's skill set. I'm talking about the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. Not because of Josh Allen's skill set, but because of Josh Allen's fans. And then the more absurd of the situation, while he was on Bomani Jones's podcast, is that he hates Josh Allen's fans because they're patriots. Imagine that. ESPN, communism, socialism, let's support Black Lives Matter, and the Marxists. And they've got somebody working for them that supports an anti-American narrative. Can you imagine the shock? The shock. Look, by the way, Outkick Clay Travis, Jason Whitlock, reached out to ESPN, who had no comment. Imagine that. They probably gave Domonique Foxworth a fucking raise. Okay? Let's be honest. They probably gave him a raise. I'm sure they love it. We lost Jamel Hill, but we got a new rising racist now, don't we? Okay, so, I mean, I've said, let's just peel back the layers. He's talking about dudes that look like me, that wear the American flag hat, call out CNN, the worldwide leader in woke. We call them out for their horse shit. Okay? And now, Clay Travis has come out, and he has slammed Domonique Foxworth. Number one, Domonique made a comment and said that his comments were taken out of context. So let's talk about him trying to somewhat backpedal, because that's what lefties love to do. They're not going to take responsibility. And then we'll talk about Clay Travis and how Clay answered back at Domonique. Domonique Foxworth put on his Twitter account, "Nobody I respect has taken this seriously, so I've been ignoring this. And getting taken out of context kind of comes with the job, so I haven't been tripping. But I respect you and the people in your building, and it bothers me that y'all have spent 1 second thinking about this disingenuous BS. That is in response to the fact that he got called out by two actual Buffalo Bills yesterday. Jordan Poyer said, dude, we're not letting this shit slide. Domonique went on to say, hey, feel free to DM me, listen to the full podcast, ignore the foolishness altogether, get back to balling, best of luck. And this communist had the nerve to post a picture of the American flag. By the way, on Outkick, there is about 20 tweets from Buffalo Bills fans, the Bills Mafia, just destroying Foxworth. Because let's peel back the layers. Dude, we listened to the audio on this channel yesterday. There was nothing to take out of context. You started it by saying, I would be 100% lying if I didn't say. Dude, what out of context can be taken from that? You said exactly what your little anti-American, little piss-ass brain told you to say. I mean, is Colin Kaepernick is that your homeboy? Are y'all going out and marching in the streets? Hell no, y'all are not. Y'all are off doing something else, because a lot of y'all are fucking hypocrites. So Clay Travis came out today on his show and his podcast, and Clay's a lawyer, so Clay just laid down the lawyer side of it on Domonique Foxworth. Quote, how did we take him out of context? We literally played exactly what he said. I just said that. Play it one more time, he says. I'd be 100% lying. Quote, I'd be 100% lying. That's what Domonique Foxworth said. Quote, I mean, what are we talking about that is out of context? First of all, I always try to play the audio to allow you guys to hear the context yourself rather than just reading the quote. But you can't argue that you're being taken out of context when your statement includes the phrase, I would be 100% lying if. Quote, I don't even understand the argument when you play the context of the statements and they include the phrase, I would be 100% lying. You're trying to be as honest. You're saying you're trying to be as honest as you can. What you don't like is the reaction. And you blame the people who are reacting to it, as opposed to acknowledging that saying you're rooting against an athlete because of his fans. And when his fans are in favor of the American flag and their dogs, I don't think you've exactly painted them as being awful human beings. And by the way, this is different than not liking somebody because of something they did, right? If you don't like an athlete because of something that athlete did, that's kind of how sports works. That's kind of how the world works. When you are being judged for your own actions, and some people are going to like you, some people are not going to like you, that's fine. But when you're judging somebody based on the people that like them, it's next level absurd criticism, particularly again when the criticism is, oh, this guy has the kind of fans who like American flags and dogs. He says, I don't know that you're going to get a lot of support. He says, again, we've played the context. Yeah, I mean, it's absurd. What he's really saying is he doesn't like guys that look like me. He doesn't. I'm wearing the American flag hat. Obviously, I got a problem with your communist, woke, Marxist agendas over at ESPN. Again, they declined to comment. Yeah, probably because they're working up the paperwork to give this asshole a raise. I'm sure he doesn't like the way my skin color looks. He doesn't like the fact that I voted for Trump. And he perceives me to be one of Josh Allen's fans. No, you jerk. I'm a 49ers fan from Texas. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I mean, how in the world can, number one, if you live in this country, how in the world can it cross your mind to hate on an athlete because their fans are patriotic? Look, I don't know at what point you jerk-offs decided that patriotism is a negative, but you are never going to sell that to at least 75 million provable Americans. And I'm sure that's more like 85 million if the truth was to come out. You're never going to sell that, dude. You look ignorant. You look ignorant, and you feel like your entire argument is built around, if we're just keeping it real, the different shades of color and pigment of skin. Let's just be honest. Look, Josh Allen is a 6'5", 45, 50 pound, big, tall, corn-fed looking white boy. He is. I imagine Domonique Foxworth literally lows the ground he walks on. I mean, let's just be real, right? I don't know that for sure, but if you read between the lines, it's not hard to figure it out. You can't hardly say guys that are American flag supporters and like their dogs. I mean, you're taking a shot at Trump supporters. Let's be honest. Good God. How many times am I going to say on my channel and on this channel, it seems that every statement that comes out in sports like this has got undertones and shades towards many Trump supporters who they perceive as what? The false narrative of racism. The false narrative of racism. Tell me what you think, black and white sports fans. Clay Travis is right. Some bitch, you can't call it out of context when we played the context And you start the statement with, I would be 100% lying if I didn't say. You literally killed your own argument. Ignorance. Peace. I'm out. Subscribe, share. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.